Retirement savers are feeling pretty gloomy about their personal finances. Now, according to a new AARP study, only 17% of Americans older than 50 years are feeling confident, very confident, that they will have enough money throughout their retirement. Also, 20% of people in their 20s never expect to retire. Let's talk all about all of this with Kathleen Coulombe. She is Vice President of Retirement Security and Principal Deputy Federal Relations at American Council of Life Insurers. Kathleen, it's great to see you. So I guess first, just your reaction to this and what it tells us just about Americans and the lack thereof saving for retirement.
Right, Shauna. There's some folks that have been left on the sidelines of the retirement savings game who either have not much saved at all or nothing saved. And so I think Congress is really taking a look at how they can take some steps to encourage folks to save more and save earlier on in their lives to ensure that they have this nest egg when they're ready to retire.
And so that's where the Secure Act 2.0 comes in. Tell us about that.
So this large bill, it has passed the House of Representatives overwhelmingly earlier this year, 414-5, which is somewhat unheard of. It enjoys bipartisan support. It's gone through the committee process in the Senate, and now it's really gearing up for hopefully prime time, some action in December as we head towards the end of the year, hopefully riding along with some type of omnibus spending package. And it really seeks to help a lot of these vulnerable populations. There's something in the bill for just about everyone, including military spouses, student loan borrowers, part-time workers, and those that are at or close to retirement who may, like you pointed out, may not have enough saved for retirement.
Kathleen, talk to us just about the chances of this getting passed. Obviously, attaching this to a must-pass bill is going to increase those chances, and then also the bipartisan support that we're seeing for this bill.
So it's interesting, retirement security policy generally has a lot of bipartisan support. We saw the Secure Act in 2019. That's how really that bill got over the finish line, with dozens of provisions that were bipartisan. And similarly, Secure 2.0 has kind of taken a page out of that playbook and done the same. The many provisions included are bipartisan. They were usually standalone provisions that had both the Democrat and a Republican on board and really have been socialized and supported in both chambers. And so as we look towards the end of the year, I think we feel very encouraged. I think we're in a really good place. The discussions have been ongoing, and from what we're hearing from the Hill, they're going to be ready to put this package on something that is moving. So I think that's really what we're waiting to see, if there really will be a package that comes together in time for the end of the year.
Is this new government spending, Kathleen?
It's actually all paid for, which is, I think, taxpayers like to hear. Any revenue generated by the bill pays for the bill. And so you can really see how that would advance some of these provisions that Americans really would benefit from and be able to utilize, on a day-to-day basis.
Kathleen, from your perspective, just the pandemic's impact on how much Americans are saving or lack thereof, and then also just the timing that we are now seeing for Americans likely to retire.
We did see folks draw down on their retirement accounts during the pandemic, or maybe were out of the labor force. And so trying to give those folks an opportunity to catch up. There's provisions within the bill that will let folks keep their money in the retirement savings system a little bit longer, to save a little bit more as they get a little bit older, really to try to counterbalance some of those challenges facing during the pandemic. There's also some provisions related to caregivers or women that may have had to step out of the workforce to care for a child or a parent or someone that may have had COVID. And so really trying to think through those COVID challenges. Emergency savings is another area where we saw folks, once they had to pull money out of the retirement account, you really don't want to do that. You want to set it, forget it, and leave it there to build over time. There's several emergency savings provisions within Secure 2.0 that really have thought through some of those COVID challenges to try to mitigate that in the future.
Kathleen Coulombe, great to have you. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.